Bitcoin halving is 1 month away. The Federal Reserve just confirmed 3 rate cuts for 2024, and these two extremely bullish macro catalysts have lit a fire under Bitcoin in the crypto markets. At this point, new all-time highs seem pretty much inevitable. So in this quick video, I simply want to take a look at the charts with you guys, talk to you about where I see Bitcoin and Riot Platforms going over the next 30 days as we approach the highly anticipated Bitcoin halving, and call it a day. All right, you guys, before we get into it, if you enjoyed this video, if you gained some value from it, please like it, subscribe to the channel if you're new around here and want to catch more videos like this, want to join the Waves family, and let me know in the comments down below, how high do you think Bitcoin is going? And if you're trading Riot or Mara, how high you think those are going? And if you're invested or just if you want to celebrate this, okay? So I'll see you in the comments downstairs. That said, let's kick it off with Bitcoin, because ultimately the price of Bitcoin will heavily impact the price of Bitcoin mining stocks. And then we'll move on to Riot Platforms. And as we look at Riot, I'll actually share my largest Riot position with you as well. Okay? Options position, that is. Bitcoin, over the past few days, it's been rough, but all is going according to plan. We actually called this in our newsletter. Which day was this? We called this on March 18th, just a couple of days ago, that Bitcoin would be playing out this this regular head and shoulders pattern you can see here. That's ended up doing pretty well. We almost perfectly tested the pullback target on this head and shoulders pattern. But we have confirmed this head and shoulders pattern. We have resolved this head and shoulders pattern, I should say. And now, especially with this catalyst lighting a fire, not only under cryptocurrencies and Bitcoin, but under just growth stocks, under growth markets overall and risk assets, it seems, as I said in the beginning, that new all-time highs are pretty damn likely. Okay, so again, head and shoulders out of the way. We have once again retested this line of long-term resistance as new support, which I also like to see. I'm not going to zoom. We'll zoom out after this, but I'm not going to zoom out now. But this orange line is a previous line of macro, very long-term resistance. So it's good to see that that's still holding as new support. From here, I first want to see Bitcoin reclaim this previously broken and already retested line of support on this medium-term ascending channel. You can see here that's been in place since late February. Okay, so I want to see this line of previous support broken back above. That would mean we reclaim this ascending channel. From there, I do think that a climb to the top end or the line of resistance on this ascending channel is extremely likely. Okay, and I do think that this line of medium-term resistance, in the case that this ascending channel is reclaimed, which I think is pretty likely at this point, we're already almost there. I do think that this line of medium-term resistance could intersect. I'm going to get rid of these because we're going to zoom out and it's going to look funky. Could intersect with the line of macro resistance that's been, that's really an extremely significant line of resistance, and I would be very, very surprised if this doesn't pose Bitcoin some pretty significant resistance. Okay, this is the line of resistance from Bitcoin's two highs in April and November of 2021. Okay, this is kind of somewhat of a megaphone pattern. You can see here a megaphone pattern is a massive pattern that sprawls out like a megaphone like that, gets increasingly larger as it expands. And this is the line of resistance on what I would say is this macro megaphone pattern. Okay, this line of resistance, this line of macro resistance comes in to, I should say, intersects with the line of shorter term resistance, this blue line we just looked at on March 30th. Okay, and this line intersects at my long-time price target of $85,000. So again, I'm a trader, I'm not a fortune teller, but if I was to make a call, I'm going to call an $85,000 Bitcoin on March 30th. That's, as of right now, we're already up. We've climbed as I've recorded this video, or as I prepped this video, I should say. Already up 9% today, a 27% climb over the next 10 to 12 days isn't crazy at all. And, I'm not going to be surprised in the slightest if we see it. Okay, so Bitcoin aside, I'll definitely make a video once or if we break above the line of macro resistance, because that's where we could probably see 6 figures coming into play. But for now, keep an eye on this $85,000 level. I definitely think that will come into play as significant resistance or pretty tough ceiling to break above, at least until maybe post-halving, okay? So that said, that's Riot. Before we discuss Riot, you guys, if you want the daily newsletters that I just featured, if you want my daily trade alerts where I give you guys my take on Bitcoin, on Riot Platforms, on Redder Token, all the other small cap gems that I trade on a day-to-day basis, of course, with my complete options portfolio and really entire portfolio that is right below where I'm scrolling. So not going to scroll down further, just out of respect for members. If you do want to become a member, it's the first link in the description of this video. My complete portfolio and daily trade alerts and email newsletters, okay? I am a swing trader of options. That's my profession. I want to make that clear. I have a full portfolio of stocks and cryptocurrencies as well, but on a day-to-day basis, I swing trade options. So if you don't know how to trade options, check this out. But aside from that, again, if you want my daily newsletters, if you just want my daily price targets and daily trade alerts, just my take on a lot of the names that we cover here on the channel and we've covered in the past and new names that I'm introducing to the portfolio. Once again, first link down below. $15 a month or $40 for every 3 months. It's completely up to you. Try it free for 7 days. I do a free trial because I'm confident that you'll enjoy the product and I'm proud of the product that I provide. So if you want to give it a shot, do that. If you want to pay, great. Completely up to you. If you sign up, then welcome to the winning team in advance. We look forward to having you. The waves continue to build over 2024, and I'm excited for the spring and summer months ahead of us. And again, if you sign up, welcome to the team. If not, no worries at all. I appreciate you watching here right now. Riot Platforms, looking good in after hours. I haven't seen that yet, so that's sick to see. Up 12% today, up another 3% in after hours as Bitcoin climbed in the past 50 minutes. So the market closed about 50 minutes ago. So we're looking good right now with this pop. Riot has, I'd love to see this, has successfully broken back above the line of support on this previously broken symmetrical triangle pattern, okay? So from here, we've also kind of eliminated the short-term, really, really big-headed, small-shouldered head and shoulders pattern too, which I really like to see. So from here, I do think, in the case that Bitcoin climbs to 85,000 plus, as I believe it will, I think that it's not unlikely at all, and actually much more likely than not, that Riot climbs up to the line of resistance, a pretty long-term line of resistance. I would say this is a long-term symmetrical triangle pattern, but this line of resistance has really proven strong since all the way back in July of 2023, okay? We've had a tough time, and it was proved twice up here, or I guess the strength of it. Confirmed, you could almost say, this line of resistance was confirmed twice in February of this year, okay? So that is going to be my first target. I do think that it's likelier than not, as I just said, that Riot climbs 37% by the halving, which is on April 20th, of course. And with that in mind, I do want to share that my primary Riot call options position is a Riot 517 $17 contract, okay? That if I'm right, that's a huge caveat. It's always in the case that if I am correct about this, those contracts should provide a very, very impressive return. If Riot can break above this line of resistance, which I definitely think will happen if Bitcoin can break above $85,000 or above that macro threshold that we just looked at on the charts, then I definitely think that we can climb $20, $25, $30 over the months ahead into the summer months. And, there's been a lot of negativity and I would say actual FUD around the halving. And I get if Bitcoin was to stay at the price it is at now, that's not good news for Bitcoin miners as far as revenue is concerned, because obviously the halving itself cuts the amount of Bitcoin that they're being rewarded in half. But if Bitcoin goes to 85K, 100K, 150, 200K, then they're making double the money. Okay, so it's all relative. The revenue that the miners are getting is all relative to the price of Bitcoin. And right now, it looks like Bitcoin wants to break to new all-time highs. Again, hopefully May, June, July, we see that infamous six-figure Bitcoin, $100,000 plus. And, if we see 100K plus Bitcoin, Riot, Mara, BTBT, BITF, whichever Bitcoin miner you choose, is probably going to do pretty damn well as well, especially because small caps just started taking off as well. Our IWM calls over Waves Capital almost doubled following this FOMC meeting. Okay, so that's the video, you guys. Again, if you want to join Waves Capital, if you want to trade with us on a day-to-day basis, it's the first link in the description of this video. And once again, I'll talk to you guys in the comments downstairs about whatever you want to talk about. Good times, guys. I'm excited for what's ahead of us, and I'll see you next time. Until then, always remember, take action, make waves. Peace.